¿Qué es lo que está pasando por aquí, Motiff? And this is SoundAdvice. Listen, it's very simple, okay? I was born in Venezuela, my mom's Colombian and my dad's Dominican. Ahí está todo el sazón, ¿me entiendes? Now, for real though, like, you know, when you're younger, you don't understand the value of your roots and your background and the culture. As you get older, you start to understand the value. You know what I mean? And what that heritage means. And then, you know, you find purpose through responsibility, right? This whole thing that we call salsa ahora is a responsibility for us, because I feel like this generation tiene la responsabilidad de llevar esas raíces y esas culturas a nuevas generaciones. You know what I'm saying? Ser that generational bridge between generations. You know what I'm saying? So to me, it's very important, you know, when it comes down to, you know, the culture and the roots. You know what I mean? I mean, I don't mean to be biased, but I'm born in one of the greatest countries on the face of the planet, Venezuela. And I say that because so much talent, you know what I mean? Not only in the music space, but like, you know, deportistas, los beisbolistas, you know, Venezuela is so rich in culture, you know. I grew up listening to gaitas from el occidente, la música llanera del interior, la salsa de dimensión latina, por ejemplo, el merengue de Venezuela. O sea, hay tantas cosas en un solo territorio. And then I was blessed with my mom from Colombia, and I grew up with la cumbia, and, you know, la bandeja paisa, y el mote de queso, y Diomedes Díaz, el binomio de oro, Jorge Oñate, los porros, I already said that, you know. But then from my dad's side, Dominican, you know, Johnny Ventura, Pacheco, Fania, you know, mi mangú con 4 golpes, you know what I mean? I have that in mi Morir Soñando every week, at least once a week. So it goes back to what I was saying a little bit earlier. You know, you don't really get to understand how valuable all those roots are. But then, you know, you walk into a room and you let those things, you know what I mean, do their thing, and then everybody's like, that's different. You know what I mean? So I think that's where yo siempre digo que no tiene precio en realidad. No tiene precio el valor de esa cultura que nos viene arrastrando, you know what I mean? It's been a beautiful ride. We've been in the industry for about 19 years now. I remember my first project coming into the industry. It was Don Omar and David Bisbal. It's a remix that we did for Caribe 2005, creo que se llamaba el compilations album for Vale Music. And since then, it hasn't changed much. It's just always stayed very dynamic. When you think that you have seen it all or heard it all, then you have, you know, a Daddy Yankee pop-up or a We Sing pop-up for Vacaciones, or, you know, Me Voy Enamorando with Chino y Nacho, or, you know, Quédate con ella, con Natalia Jiménez. So dynamic. I think that if I could sum up the last 2 decades in my career, it's dynamic, man. And it's I think that the collaborations have been key to the growth of the brand. If I could tell you, I mean, and I have it right here. You know, La Gozadera. It's one of the most important records in my career, not only because it signifies one of the most important collaborations in our career, in the industry. You know, Mark Anthony, Gente de Zona, dos escuelas tan importantes, o sea, pilares en quienes somos nosotros los latinos. But then beyond that, the record becomes an anthem for us, and so um, to me, collaborations have been key to everything that we've done in the past 20 years. This is definitely a mission for us, a responsibility for us. Lo estamos haciendo con mucho respeto para los que abrieron las puertas para nosotros. Somos un grupo de niños que somos soñadores, brother, y estamos viendo a futuro, ¿me entiendes? Estamos viendo a futuro, estamos viendo a generaciones por venir, like I said a second ago, being that bridge between generations, you know what I mean? And it's just beautiful, man. It's beautiful. We're living in a beautiful moment in the industry. I think that people are hungry for this, to reconnect with their culture, you know what I mean? And we're here to provide it. We're here to give it to them, all of it. Very simple, man. And this is something that I always reflect on, right? Whenever I see an old picture of mine or an old picture of a studio that I worked at, that I wish that I could talk to that kid, that 12-year-old, that 13-year-old. El no, siempre va a estar ahí. La mejor decisión que puedes tomar tú en tu vida está al otro lado del no. Don't ever be afraid because somebody will shut a door or tell you no. You know what I'm saying? You will never know what would happen if you don't take the risk, if you don't jump, man. You know what I mean? Te quedas en el sofá and you don't do it. It's a no. You knock on the door, they tell you no. It's the same thing. But what if you knock on the door and they say yes? Let's see what you got. You know what I mean? So I kind of, for the past few years, I live my life that way, and always being prepared. Always be prepared. There's no shortcuts to this. You know what I mean? You got to take the stairs. There's a few gems there, man. It's just not being afraid, man, and try it all, do it all. Don't overthink it, man. Just go. You know what I mean? That's the best thing about being a creative. You can risk